Ja arvoisa katsoja, tervetuloa kävelylle Elysian pelloille. Mikä ikinä Elysian nyt sitten onkaan. Noire jatkuu, hyvä katsoja. Tervetuloa mukaan. Arson Deskin toinen keissi luvassa ja täällä on joku hullu tekemässä jotain tuommoisia paperijuttuja.
Get out there and find out what you can. The address is 650 North Hobart.
Ootko sä vähän likinäköinen vai huono lukunen, kun kesti noin kauan tuommoinen yksi adress keksiä jostain?
Sam has taken me to Palm Springs for the weekend.
Vai niin? Täällä taas kaikki puhuu minun päälle. Nyt kuule Bigs lähetään. Saadaan Arson Deskin toka keissi tästä kuule vauhdikkaasti liikenteeseen ja nää helvetin nopeita poistetaan. Täällä kaikki pölpöttää meille. Katsotaan minkä näköinen tulipalo siellä on. Onko mitään jäljellä muuta kuin savuavat rauniot. Jaka Bigs meidät nyt sinne ajaa vai Riggs vai mikä vittu sinne nyt oli nimeltäsi?
You hear about Rancho Escondido?
En.
Are we having a conversation, Biggs?
Okay, fuck it. Forget
I'm teasing you, Herschel. Tell me about it.
Well, the new housing development's a couple of weeks from completion. Burnt to the ground last night. You guys are ready to move in this weekend. Developer's gonna have some very angry customers.
Ai niin. Meillä uskomattomia sarjamurhaajia lyöty telkien taakse, mutta sitten joku tällainen salaliitto moottoritien rakentamisen takia niin on se make or break case, niinkö? Ja se suburban developmenti täälläkin vaan on. Karut herssi odottaa tuolla kädet puuskassa keskellä ruutua. No, mitä mies? Ai vittu, pääseekö täällä taas blurraamaan? En kyllä blurraa, kun ei näitä videoita kuitenkaan kukaan kato, niin tuskin YouTubekaan niitä huomaa. No just.
Morelli, Mike, we recovered a picture of the family.
Okay. Anything else?
To be honest, I just got here, Phelps. Best you talk to Lynch, he's the expert.
Doesn't make any sense.
Palomestari
Why aren't they
Lynch.
scattered around like the rest of the debris?
I think they've been moved.
Ooh.
I think someone moved them after the explosion and before the fire.
Can you explain that, please?
I'm almost positive the cause of death is asphyxiation due to gas inhalation. Look at the parts of their bodies that aren't scorched. The coloring around the fingertips is typical.
They wouldn't have felt a thing.
I think the fire damage is post-mortem. I think someone moved them into this room after the explosion.
It still doesn't make any sense. Why would you run into a burning building?
Sanoppa se. Täälläkö on valokuva näistä uhreista? Niin näköjään.
You ever think about how many people have died in this world? And how big heaven would have to be to accommodate them, Biggs?
No, I have not. Show some respect.
Oliko se disrespectful? Se oli vaan filosofinen kysymys. Tuo mies leijuu ilmassa.
What are they doing?
Prayer effect is from the fire. The muscles and tendons contract.
The prayer effect.
It's our boy. I think he watches the fires. I think the Sawyer fire went wrong.
So what about the guy we have in jail, Phelps?
We got the wrong guy.
That doesn't explain why he ran into a burning building. What would make anyone do that?
Guilt.
For the fire?
For his mistake. This guy wants to burn houses, not families. He expects the houses to be empty. He was trying to redeem himself. He probably thought they'd be happier together.
You are one very disturbed individual, Phelps. I know you had it rough lately, but you should start to compartmentalize your thoughts.
He could be right. Can you come up with an alternative
I'm
explanation?
sure it's the same guy.
Are you telling me that some son of a bitch murdered these people, the whole family, and arranged them here like Cupid dolls?
Might
Niin,
fit,
Phelps
Paul,
väittää.
but I don't think we could ever prove it. There's very little evidence.
Riisas.
Evidence?
Bigs sai tarpeeksi.
Albert, check out the hot water system. Make sure we're dealing with the same MO.
Sure, Phelps. I'll get back to you.
Leave the rest to us, Cole. You better find out what's eating the Biggs.
Se oli joku liekinheitin mies Marinesissa, sanokaa mun sanoneen. Tai sitten ne.
So something finally got to you.
You want my help, pretty boy? You got it. You keep riding me and you won't be pretty much longer.
Hehehe. Päästään tappelemaan.
You think you've seen everything, Phelps? I was with the 2nd Marines at Bella Wood. The things that went on in that farmhouse. My own guys on fire, screaming for a way out. You're not gonna get this guy. There's gonna be no photos and no citations. We're gonna kill this miserable fucker. End of story. You get this?
Mikä helvetin Batman sinusta nyt on tullut? No Batman ei tapa ketään, mutta joku tämmönen kostaja. Punisheri.
The Morellis were winners too. Their name was on that list.
Siinähän ne on. Seurataan sitä saatanan listaa.
I'll go across the street.
Okay, I'll try this side.
I haven't done this for years.
Officer, please tell me
You don't look like a fireman, son.
Sinun kanssa varmaan voit olla juttelemaan, mutta mun pitää nyt eka katsoa, että kuinka monta instaheattiin veden lämmitintä täällä on mestoissa. Pääsikö vajaan? Ei pääse. Aha, täällä on jotain. Enkö täällä instaheat ole?
Looks like the same model.
Ja Reginaldin huoltama. Tänhän näkyy olla newspaperikin. Saadaan pitkästä aikaa vähän selvyyttä, että mitä maailmalla tapahtuu. Katsotaan.
How did you get my number, Ira? At first I didn't understand you, but now I do. I'd like you to come back to the clinic. I'm helping other people now, Doctor.
I think you are confused. You haven't been to the clinic for weeks.
I'm not confused anymore, Doctor. I'm helping people be together.
This is our murderer.
This world is only temporary. We'll all be happier in heaven.
Why don't you tell me where you are and I can come to you? I think the fires should end now. They've served their purpose. Oh, the fires are only beginning, Doctor.
Kohta palaa koko Los Angeles.
Will be beautiful and clean.
Everything will be erased. The world will be fresh.
Tohtori pelkästään palaa saatana koko klinikka.
And you helped me to find it.
Semmosta. You created a monster. Joku, joka osaa laulaa tai muistaa Eminemin jutut ulkoa, niin voisi siihen räpäyttää jotain, mutta emme nyt ryhdy siihen. Täällä on vedetty röökiä.
Someone was keeping watch. Looks like they were here for quite a while. Brand looks distinctive.
Ei kukaan mukaan kiinnittänyt huomiota, kun
Whoever he was wearing boondockers. I would know that imprint anywhere.
puun alla joku vetää tuntikaupalla röökiä, niin tai jonkin aikaa. Sinäkö olet semmonen, jota voi jututtaa? Kyllä.
LAPD. Can you tell me anything about the fire next door?
Terrible luck. Imagine after having won that weekend away.
What's your name, sir?
Foreman. Dudley Foreman.
Dudley Foreman. Annapas kuule witness report.
Did you see or hear anything that might have...
Look, we were asleep when we heard the explosion.
You are lying.
You didn't like Morelli, did you?
Some neighbors you get along with, some you don't. Guess they should have sold up.
What do you mean?
They're knocking down all these old houses and building a new subdivision for GIs. Morelli was being difficult.
Did you see anyone hanging around the Morelli's home prior to the explosion?
Nope. Can't say as I was looking out, though.
Joku seisoo pihassa ja sinä et sitä huomaa.
You sure, Mr. Foreman? There are signs of someone hanging around over there by the fence.
Hey, now that you come to think of it, there was a guy. Kind of tall. Skinny, though.
Anything else?
Orange lumber jacket, beat-up hat, and no hair. I thought he was the pest exterminator guy who was working around here the last few days. But that guy had hair.
You said someone is knocking these houses down?
Elysian Fields. You must know them. They're billboards. That Monroe character beaming down at you. We've had an offer for the house.
Did the Morellis want to sell?
I don't know.
Dope deal.
Whatever you thought of Morelli, his whole family is dead. They couldn't have all deserved that. I want you to help me here, Foreman.
Morelli was pig-headed. He built the house himself. He didn't want to sell. Stubborn fool was ruining it for all of us.
You said the Morellis had won a weekend away to Catalina Island?
Yeah, that's right. First thing I thought after the explosion was, thank goodness they was away. But then I find out they was still in there.
Who was running the competition?
What? I don't know.
You didn't enter yourself?
I'd already agreed to sell. The competition was an incentive for those who were still thinking about it.
Hyvä syy saada ne pois vaan ja sitten polttaa koko talo pois, kun
Hey,
tyypit on
if you're
matkalla.
interested, I have one of those competition flyers in the kitchen. I could get it for you if you like.
That would be great.
No mikäs siinä?
Any luck, Cole?
Couple of things. What did you pick up?
Folded piece of paper. Looks complicated.
Japanese call it origami. Can I take a look?
Sure.
No näitä roikkuu siinä kutskenessa, mutta toki sitähän nyt ei tiedä tämä...
Legend about them.
Tämä Cole Phelps.
Of these and you get a wish.
Mistä tämä on kirjoitettu? Tai minkä lehden?
Don't break it.
I'm not. I'm unfolding it. It looks like a waybill or a flyer.
For what?
Näette, tää Elysian Fields on.
Elysian Fields Developments.
Ja tämä antaa samanlaisen lapun.
Oh, I see you already have one.
Jep. Niinpä niin.
When did the flyer arrive in your mailbox?
They've been arriving for weeks. This one was in the mailbox when I got home from work yesterday afternoon.
Vai niin, interesting. Tässä varmaan sitten kuule Kamevellille soittaa, että missä tämä Elysian Fields oikein pitää päämajaansa. Mielestäni on jo aika hyvä syy mennä potkimaan ovia auki sieltä.
I need an address for a property developer. Elysian Fields Developments.
One moment, detective. The address is 748 North Oxford Avenue, Wilshire. Anything else?
Messages, please.
You have a message. Contact Captain McKelty immediately.
Thanks. Can you put me through, operator?
Of course. Here you are.
No. Mitäs kapteeni haluaa?
Commander?
Tai komman, mikä niin.
We're about to go and visit Elysian Fields Developments.
You're about to do what? Leland Monroe? He's a personal friend of the mayor and the chief. Are you out of your mind?
Pakko, mikä pakko?
I'm warning you, Phelps.
Commander, we have a line of inquiry.
You have something, you bring it to me. You're hanging by a thread, Phelps. Do you understand?
Joo.
Yes, sir.
Good. Have a report on my desk today.
On kaikki samanlaisia.
Kelty has warned us off over Elysian.
Makes sense. It's at that end.
Eipä oo.
We should check out Rancho Escondido.
You know the place?
Sure. Corner of Fountain and Wilton. Let's go.
Amen. Rancho Escondido. Mikäli paikka se onkaan, mutta mennään nyt sinne sitten ensin. Tämä on joku incomplete Elysian Housing Development, vaan niin. Ja ne, että minkä takia ne polttaisi omia kohteitaan. Sehän voi olla vaan kusetusta tai hämäystä, tai sitten se yksi hullu vaan polttaa kaiken, minkä nyt silmiinsä sattuu.
Shame about it, chap. The arson desk has been trying to nail that son of a bitch for years.
He's still in custody, Hershey.
Wanna bet? Fella kicked him loose already. Can't hold him for misdemeanor cigarettes and matches.
Minkälainen paikka täällä odottaa meitä? Oho! Cole Phelps, tai joku hyppäs vauhdista.
There's more religion in the end of a nightstick than in 100 cathedrals.
Täällä on kyllä vähän jotain palannut.
I'm not gonna tell you again, sir.
Don't tell me when and how I can come and go on my own property.
It is not
This is
safe,
America, dickhead.
Sir. Now step back, or I'll lock you up for a fray.
Son of a bitch.
Jaha. Hyökkäsi juuri poliisiakin.
That's done, Cole. We're gonna have to pacify these little saps.
Sillä lailla. First down. No sieltä, mikä saatanan Rambo sieltä vielä tulee sitten? Hakana. I was a faggot in the Marines. I can fight you forever. Sillä lailla. Ei muuta kuin ukot, auto ja putka.
Those folks were baying for blood.
Okay then. Let's see if there's anything left to take a look at.
No, mennään katsomaan. Mitä minä löysin täältä? Se on tiili.
Mortar is like dust. Is that normal in a fire?
You'd expect some shrinkage in the heat, but it looks like the cement barely adhered to the brick. Doesn't appear to be any wall ties either. This thing looks like it was built on the cheap.
No niin. No sitä on sen takia poltettu, kun tää on niin paskasti tehty.
If we're paying a visit to Elysian and ruining my career, let's bite the bullet and get on with it.
No sano, mä muuta sanon. Tässäkö tämä nyt niinku legitisti on? Hirveä vaiva tulla tänne ja sitten tässä kaikki. Niin se vaan on. Ei tänne pääse sisällekään. Mielenkiintoista. No ei muuta kuin alat siivoamaan, kuule officer siitä vaan ja nähdään sitten helvetissä. Tämähän on palannut koko saatana naapurusta. Jesus Christ, ajetaan lenkki. Tiedän niinku te varmaan höpisette taas niin, ettei niinku mitään järkeä, mutta... Nää on niinku kaikki palanneet. Ei oo kyllä ihan mikään pikku notski ollu. Jesus Christus. On siinä jollakin siivoaminen. Siinä saat kyllä ajaa loppumatkan. Bigs vai Riks vai mikä ihme Geeksinä nyt on.
You drive. I need to go over the case notes.
Mä haluaisin vaan nähdä, että onko tämä tosiaan palannut koko paska. Nyt mennään jututtaan John Noblea, että mikä meininki. John Noble, me tulemme taas. Eikö se ole John Noble? Se, joka näytteli sitä helvetin denaturoitua alkoholia siinä Lord Strange, Denethoria. Hello?
Detectives Phelps and Biggs, LAPD, to see Leland Monroe.
Do you have an appointment?
We're the police, lady. We don't need an appointment.
Can I tell him what it's about?
It's an official investigation.
There are 2 police officers here to see Mr. Monroe.
Send them through.
And that's our cue. Thanks, man.
Let's go, man.
Never get in a fight with other people. They have nothing to lose.
May I help you, gentlemen?
Kyllä. Tulimme haastattelemaan John Noblea.
I'd like to speak to Mr. Monroe.
Tulimme kysymään, että haluaako hän näytellä Lord Strangein jatko-osassa. Zombified Denethoria.
Is he in?
I'm not at liberty to reveal that, officer.
Shut up, you bitch.
So he hired you for your intelligence?
I find that offensive.
You have every right to.
This is getting us nowhere, miss.
Casino.
Would you like us to return with a warrant?
That won't be necessary, gentlemen.
Siinähän on.
Come into my office.
The man, the myth, the legend. Denethor, mikä lienee. Sun poikas kuoli siellä jonnekin satana järvellä tai mikä perkele joella.
Sure, I'll have a scotch.
Koitti noita hobitteja pelastaa, niin kävi käläpäte. Onko tämä nyt justiinsa se kortteli, mikä palo pois? No joo. Täysin mahdollista. Mistä sitä tiedät? No niin.
Investigating a series of domestic fires, Mr. Monroe.
It's terrible, boys. How can I help?
Kuule, mitähän perkelettä Elysian on linkettu Arsonsiin?
Elysian Fields and Suburban Redevelopment Fund flyers keep turning up in the vicinity of the fires.
They're turning up all over town, boys. Can you imagine the current demand for housing?
So that's your explanation, Mr. Monroe? Coincidence?
Explanation? Why, what's to explain? I advertise on radio and billboards for buyers, and I advertise for sellers using waybill.
Dope-tia.
We found a family burnt out in their home. Another house burned to the ground. Another Elysian Fields flyer. Our information is that they didn't want to sell.
Are you saying that's something to do with me? Is that your point?
Poromiri oli se sun
Every
poika.
time we find a family barbecue, we find one of your flyers. Is that good advertising?
Oli poromiri perkele, joka palo pois. Ei palannut, kun sai nuolesta.
Catalina Island.
My company runs many promotions. I'm not familiar with that one.
Sitten ne laski se veneellä jokea pitkin ja
Level with me, Mr. Monroe.
Rest in peace, poromiri.
You can believe whatever you like, son. You're missing the vital ingredient called proof.
Mulla olisi semmoset proofit, että et kuule uskokkaan. Muun muassa kuin Elysian Fields flyers.
Your face is all over the flyers, Mr. Monroe. You know about the prizes.
Bro,
Where they've been given to holdouts.
My face is the brand. It's on all our advertising. Did you know that the mayor and the chief of police are part of the Suburban Redevelopment Fund?
Tiedämme.
You want to accuse them of murder as well?
Kyllä.
You've made offers to buy houses.
Ei, sain joku accomplishmentin tuossa.
Are you suggesting that I'm burning people out of their homes
Kyllä.
so that I can sell them new ones?
Kyllä, juuri sitä me epäilimme.
We work around them. Business finds a way. That's the American way.
Enää puhu paskaa. Sitä se on
You expect me
australialainen.
to believe that you would build a new development with one of those old piles smack bang in the center of it?
Progress is an inexorable process.
John Noble oli kännissä, kun näitä nauhoitettiin näitä juttuja.
Usually confined to the waste basket of history. To answer your question, yes, we would build around them if we had to. Most people see sense.
Sillä lailla.
What's Elysian Fields' involvement in Rancho Escondido?
One of our latest housing developments. It was due to open on the weekend.
Tökkäsitkö sä tulensa?
Before the unfortunate conflagration.
It met with building code regulations.
Absolutely. Only the best for our returning heroes.
Enää puhu paskaa, just käytiin siellä.
There's something out of kilter about that development.
Son, I've had enough of you and your fidgety friend. There's no way in hell you can prove that my materials were inferior.
Ne oli kuule niin huonot cement-qualityt, että ne oli käytännössä vaan hiekka.
I'm no expert, but I think we'll find that the bricks being used on those houses are undersized and the mortar is faulty.
And there's no wall ties connecting the masonry to the frame.
Every building is built to a budget, boys. Those buildings were inspected and fully insured by California Fire and Life.
Eikö sä sanonut, että ne on sulla taskussa ne tyypit?
Investment of that magnitude demands it. Do you think that they'd vouch for the buildings without examining?
No luultavasti. Jos ne on sun taskussa.
You have any suspects?
Siinä.
Not at liberty to say. I didn't think.
Poromiri haamu. Ehkä Faramir.
You suppose it could be any of them? I have a list of their names if it'd be of any help.
That would be very helpful, Mr. Monroe.
Glad to hear it. I'm always
Happy to
help
hit the LAPD.
My secretary will provide you with that list. Did you know that I'm on the board of the police pension fund?
Kyllä, no nyt tiedetään sekin. Eipä se nyt mitään vaikuta. No niin paskat eläkkeet muutenkin, että se ei mitään merkitystä.
What's the story? Any of these names?
What's the story? Morning glory. Herbert Chapman kuulostaa tutulta.
Herbert Chapman is on this list.
Find the phone. We need to know where we're at with Chapman.
Kai se on löydettävä.
What on earth is that man doing?
The boss is a fine man.
The boys were shooting up the whole town last week. I heard that cop there is the only one that fought back.
Taas tämä sama mies täällä änkyttämässä. Nyt me soitetaan teidän puhelimeen.
Operator, message for KGPL.
Putting you through now.
Phelps, badge 1247.
Sitten joku etsintäkuulutus nyt siihen Chapmaniin.
Can you check whether we are still holding a Herbert Chapman?
Let me find out for you. He was released this morning, Detective.
No niin.
I'm sorry, Detective.
It's not your fault. Can you give me a last known address and put out an APB on the guy?
I'll get back to you, Detective. APB will go out over KGPL shortly.
Kiitos.
Thanks for your help.
Kiitos paljon. Oho. Tulee kutskeeni. Sitä ollaan taas täällä Eersan luona. Cole Phelps täällä taas anomassa, että jos se armahtaisi. Jaha, Roy Earle, vanha käärme.
Buy me a drink, Cole? No.
Go to hell.
Not even for old time's sake? Not even for that. You're not gonna ask me why I'm here? I wouldn't give you the pleasure. We'll get around to it. She's in fine voice this evening. I wonder how the commander would feel Save about... the threats for someone who cares about them, Roy.
You're breaking my heart, Cole. You know how I feel about you.
Sieltä kun pelkkä käärme paratiisissa Roy Earle.
Stay away from Elysian Fields.
I should have known that you were playing errand boy.
You and your doofus partner. You have been warned.
Thanks for your cooperation, officer.
Eikä sulla on sormet
Stay
sinne
away.
pelissä.
You have no idea the type of people that are involved in that
I
company.
have a pretty good idea, Roy. The same kind of people that sent you here.
Your investigation is finished. Homicide will be taking over from here. I've heard we've had a spate of grass fires in the hills that you and that hunchback might be able to handle. Thanks for the drink, Cole.
En mielestäni ostanut sitä, mutta ehkä sinä olet jo niin humalassa, et et muista, että kuka sen ostaa.
You get the message about Monroe?
Yeah, Earl delivered it. You?
McKelty. He started making noises about my pension.
Sorry about that, Hersh. I didn't mean to drag you into this.
Save it, Phelps. Monroe's an asswipe. And so was Earl. And so was McKelty when it's all said and done.
Bixi on tajunnut, että tässä on semmoset...
KGPL calling car 11K.
No.
11K, go ahead.
11K, the last known address of suspect Herbert Chapman is 650 North Kingsley Drive in Wilshire.
Roger that, KGPL. 11K en route.
Let's go pick him up.
Niin mennään. Niin sitä minä olin sanomassa, että Bixi on tajunnut, että tässä on nyt semmoset salaliiton ainekset, että jos hän on tässä niinku rehtinä miehenä sitä selvittämässä, niin hänestä tulee vielä kuuluisa mies.
You're behind the wheel.
Sen takia se ei on ihan niinku mukana tässä. Ehkä, näin minä epäilen, koska jos se olisi jotenkin kusessa ja peloissaan, niin sitähän se ei halua olla mitään tekemisissä.
come across a guy called Jack Kelso out that way?
You know Jack Kelso?
He's an insurance investigator over at California Fire and Life. Our paths cross from time to time. For some reason, seeing you makes me think of him.
Has Jack spoken to you about his experiences on Sugarloaf? Or the rest of the campaign?
Jack keeps stum just like you do. I know what it feels like to get back from conflict. You gotta respect that.
Cole pelkäsi, että se paljastaa silleen, että hän ei saanut mitään aikaiseksi sodassa. Hän yrittää nyt sitten poliisina saada enemmän aikaiseksi.
We're looking for Herbert Chapman.
I'm looking for him too. I need him to move his car so I can mow the lawn.
He's definitely not here.
I've been banging on his door off and on for a couple of hours. Yeah, he's out somewhere. There's some kind
Let's
of problem.
take a look at the car.
Mitäs täältä takarontista löytyy?
See what he's hauling around.
Mosgil. Rebel Mosquitos.
Motive, opportunity, and hard evidence.
Ammuksia.
We should revise the APB. He's clearly armed.
That's not good. Ja sitten näitä helvetin flyereita.
Definitely gives him opportunity.
Holy Cole. There he is. It's Chapman. He's coming out of the laundromat. Shit. He's seen us.
Cops. Again.
Jaha. Ja se hyppäs just.
Son of a bitch. He must have caught the trolley. We gotta move fast, Cole.
Mitä perkelettä me pystytään tommoselle tekemään?
I'll call this in. Get some cars dispatched. Car 11K calling KGPL. 11K requesting assistance. In pursuit of suspect aboard the 1110 University streetcar. Currently heading east on Melrose Avenue. Advise all units. Suspect is in control of car and driving dangerously.
Roger, 11K. All units. Officers need assistance on Melrose Avenue. A suspect aboard the 1110 University streetcar headed eastbound. Approach with caution. Suspect is in control of the streetcar and driving dangerously.
Jesus Christ.
Code 3 identified.
Stay on his ass, Cole. Don't lose him.
Ei tätä nyt kauhean vaikea on luusata, kun sehän menee raiteita pitkin. Seuraamme raiteita, niin tää on sillä selvä. Ei muuta kun nyt ammut sitä ikkunasta vaan sen kuskin pois.
Look, Cole, the side plate's gone. Get me closer. I think I got a shot here.
Mitä voi olla ampumaan? Sillä lailla.
End of the line, you little prick.
Get the fuck out of the vehicle, you son of a bitch, I'm gonna fuck you up! Sillä lailla.
Looks like we have our man, Cole. Well done.
I'm not so sure. Chapman seemed to have his own agenda. There seems to be more to this than a personal vendetta.
What are you talking about?
The fires benefit Elysian in some way. I don't see Chapman and Monroe working together.
You have a point. The evidence is good for Chapman. Hard to be worrying about his side of the story when he's blasting away with that big 45.
Mä hyökkäsin siihen hänen vierensä, mä ajattelin, että Cole Phelps olisi tehnyt jonkun takedownin siinä, mutta
Nice work,
ei
gentlemen.
hän tehnyt sitten.
Put yourself at considerable risk stopping that trolley and probably saved a lot of lives. Anyone else but you, Phelps, and you'd be up for a bravery award. We've had our eyes on that slippery son of a bitch Chapman for as long as I can remember. I couldn't be happier than to wipe him off the scoreboard. I
Sinä oot
hope
kyllä
this
yhtä
puts to
hymyä.
bed that crazy stuff you had going about Leland Monroe. What were you thinking, Phelps? You're calling Richard Nixon a crook next.
Näin se tarkoittaa, että jos on in person of power, että etteköhän olisi jotenkin roista. Tällä kun ollaan Elsan luona taas vähän tuota rakkautta tekemässä, siltähän tuo näyttää.
What is it?
A letter from Blue. His insurance policy named me beneficiary.
California Fire and Life. You worked for Elysian?
The roof that he was working on collapsed.
It's a very generous settlement. Elsa, I'd like you to do something for me. I think there's something dirty about Elysian Fields.
What has that got to do with Lou?
I want you to reject this settlement. I want you to go and see an investigator named Jack Kelso and ask him to make some inquiries about Lou's case.
Isn't this police work?
Do you want to find out what happened to Lou?
Why would he help this Kelso?
Jack won't be able to help himself if he smells a rat.
He's a friend of yours?
No joo.
Hates my
No,
guts.
eli ei hän ole niinku ystävä, mutta...
Elsa, you take this money and let them get away with it, or we could get Jack's help and do something about it.
Why not be honest with this man, Cole? He deserves your honesty if you want his help.
Believe me, Elsa, I'd like to level with him. I really would, but it's too late. Years too late.
Jack Kelso jotenkin aina sotkeutuu joka kuvio. On se sitten kyse jostain huumekeikoista tai mistä tahansa. Hyvä katsoja. Siinä oli mikä tämä on? Arson Deskin toka keissi L.A. Noiresta. Ensi jaksossa sitten seuraava keissi, ja eipä näitä, siis loppuhan lähenee, niitä nyt ei muistaakseni kauhean monta enää ollut. Yksi DLC-keissi siellä on seassa. Mielestäni, etteipä jopa kaikkien DLC-keissien niin kuin heikoin jopa niistä, mutta mennään sinne sitten, kun sen aika on. Ei muuta kuin nähdään ensi jaksossa. Kiitos, hei!